Hey guys, James here with Waterford Business Solutions, and today I wanted to talk real quick about refunds in Housecall Pro and how they can affect your QuickBooks Online and what we need to do there. With refunds, we can have basically two types of refunds. Either your customer pays with cash or check, and you take that cash and check, you deposit it into the bank, and then later on you decide to get them a refund after the cash and check is deposited, or they pay by credit card and you need to get them a refund on the credit card. This video is solely going to be focused on the cash and check portion. I'm going to do another video later on about credit cards, so look out for that one if you're going to need to use that. So with cash and check, a lot of times what we'll see here is that we charge a customer for the full amount of their invoice, and they pay their full amount of their invoice here. But once they make this full payment on their invoice here, for some reason something comes up, they're unhappy, somehow, some way you need to actually issue a refund to them through Housecall Pro, because you want to record that a refund is done in Housecall Pro, but you also want to record that refund in QuickBooks. So when we click refund in Housecall Pro here, we're going to say that we get them a refund for $1,000 and issue that refund. What it's going to go ahead and do is it's going to push a refund over into QuickBooks Online for $1,000. But it's going to give us a payment status of paid. The issue with this payment status from Housecall Pro is the fact that with refunds from Housecall Pro, they always push in to refund the money from undeposited funds. So since the refund is coming from undeposited funds, that means that it's going to not actually disappear. You've still got to write a check or give cash to this customer in order to make this physical refund occur, as it is a cash or check payment. The only time undeposited funds refunds work is when they pay by credit card, because of how Housecall Pro does the credit card processing. Now, in saying that, paying by credit card must be done through Housecall Pro's credit card processor. Again, I'll go into that on a different video. But so this refund has been pushed over for our customer for $1,000. We're going to see what product and service it was, what's being refunded, etc., etc. But we want to change this from undeposited funds to our physical checking account. Then we need to decide how we're going to refund this. Are we going to hand them cash, or are we going to do a check to them? Most businesses will physically go ahead and do a check. So we'll click that check there, and we'll put in the check number of what we are going to be refunding, what check we're going to be using to process this refund. So we're going to be using check 1010. From there, if you are going to physically write your check, you will go ahead and write your check at this point. If you are going to go ahead and print your check through QuickBooks, this is when, if you're just printing one check, you just go ahead and click this print or preview here, and you can print the check. And it will take you to this field with the starting check number and redo it. Keeping in mind that the check number when you're printing checks in QuickBooks is determined by the print check screen, not the other screen. So always make sure that you modify this field here. So we'll go ahead and again modify this to 1010, and then we'll go ahead and preview and print. It'll go ahead and allow us to print our check, everything like that. Say who we're sending it to, we'll print it. Once we print it, now we'll sign it, and we'll say yes, they all printed correctly, or no, we have to reprint. Now we do actually have a check that has been issued to this customer, check number 1010, from our checking account for $1,000. We can now mail that check to our customer, and they have a refund. What we've now done is we have recorded the original invoice, the full payment, and the amount that you've refunded. This refund up here is now going to go onto your bank register. So with your bank register, when you go to reconcile at the end of the month, or next month for that month, you'll actually see check 1010 there for $1,000. Otherwise, if you write a check to that customer, it won't show on that bank register, because we want that to be there so that we can now reconcile your accounts and everything matches up and everything looks good there. In Housecall Pro, though, what we've done is we've now left a payment up here for $1,000. So we basically have two options here, and I see people go both ways. The first thing you can do is you can reduce this invoice by $1,000. But if you reduce this invoice by $1,000, it's going to physically go ahead and make a reduction in QuickBooks. But we still made that sale in QuickBooks, so we want the full amount. So that's just going to give us one extra step there. So that almost doesn't make sense. The other thing that you can do is you can go ahead and discount the invoice by $1,000. But if we discount the invoice, again, it's going to update the invoice in QuickBooks. And when it updates the invoice in QuickBooks, it's going to increase our discount amount by $1,000. Well, we've already recorded in our books that we've given that discount already for $1,000. So we don't want to do a double discount or else we're double booking stuff. We never want to double book something. So the final thing that we can do here, which is my recommendation, is to come down here to this QuickBooks Online box. On every job that you have, it's going to be the last box all the way at the bottom, and click these three dots. And we want to go ahead and add a local payment. When we add a local payment, we're going to say that it's other, and then we're going to say other again for $1,000. And we're going to say that this is a discount for funds refunded due to blank for whatever reason. That way what we're doing here, we pay by other, but this payment isn't going to physically push into QuickBooks. It's just going to exist in Housecall Pro. That way this invoice is fully paid and zeroed out for us. And when we come down here in future to look, we can see exactly what happened here. So we can see that there was originally a check for this much money. Then we can see that the check was refunded. We did a check refund there. And then we did a payment by other, and this explains exactly what happened. So now QuickBooks has our refund in it. It's got our full original invoice amount because we do want to track that, along with our full original payment. And Housecall Pro has all the information plus full payment. Nothing is still due, everything's honky-dory, and it all works out. So that's the way to do a check or cash refund. Cash is going to be basically exactly the same way if they pay by cash. And instead of choosing check for the refund method, you'll choose cash. And generally you'll choose like cash on hand. Otherwise you'll have to go to the bank, pull funds out of the bank, and do a refund that way. As always, if y'all have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, give us a call, anything like that, and we'll be happy to help you there. Have a good day. Thank you.